We just watched a documentary called The Ride Ahead, and it really connected with us. That's because a few years ago, before NARBE House, we were working on a documentary with similarities to this film as we followed my brother Ben and his unique journey as he transitioned out of high school.
You know, now that Ben is getting out of school and we're going to spend a little more time with him, we'll be getting him therapies and communication devices that'll be more useful for him.
We focus on his last weeks in school, cross-country trips, the accessible home our dad was building in the desert, medical procedures, and the efforts to finding him a better way to communicate. The idea was to simply show Ben's life and how he adapts to the world.
Me and Ben got this covered. Okay.
Then, the pandemic changed everything. We realized he needed more than our cameras. He needed us. So we set the documentary aside and prioritized his care. We built a home around his needs and welcomed him to live with us. We were able to turn his health around, and eventually we worked on creating new tools for him. Over 8 years ago, this was the dream. And now, we finally made it a reality. Making a film about Ben is still something we want to do, but it needs to be done in just the right way. And to do it justice, we looked for some of the most talented filmmakers in this space to learn from. That search led us to Dan Habib and his son Sam. Together, they co-directed The Ride Ahead. This film mirrors the story we once set out to capture with Ben.
Yeah, that's me, Samuel Habib.
It follows Sam, from his perspective, as he enters college, builds relationships, and navigates adulthood.
Oh dear!
Sam also sought mentors for guidance about living in a world still not fully adapted for people with disabilities.
I don't mind having a disability. I just wish the world was wheelchair accessible.
Disability does not reside in the person, it resides in the environment in which the person lives.
Are there things you feel like you miss out on because of your disability?
Sure, but the flip side is my disability has shaped who I am and what I believe. I like, even love, who I am.
Projects like this don't just tell stories, they raise awareness, push for inclusion, and advocate for independence. And in our case, reinforce how Ben's story should be told. They remind us of the most important aspect of why we do what we do.
My voice matters.
We're so thankful to have found this film, and we encourage you to watch it for free on PBS before September 19th. And stay tuned, because we're following the example of Dan and Sam to bring Ben's voice and our own future projects to life.